It's time to test out some makeup hacks. This is one of my favorite videos to film, and I can't believe I haven't filmed one since last May. Everyday May was the last time I did a little TikTok hacks moment, okay? And I had a lot of fun filming that. So I have collected a few of the hot new hacks that have been popping around and wanted to put them to the test on my face today. And I love this because it is a way that we can re-excite and reinvigorate our everyday makeup. We don't necessarily need to buy new products, but we can use the products that we already have and look to experts in the makeup field and try out new things to make our everyday routines more exciting. So love to try some new hacks, love to see where I can improve my everyday makeup look. So I've got a few that I want to test out for you today, and we're gonna see how it looks on the face. So let us begin. I'm gonna chat with you while I apply some primer. This is the Laura Mercier primer. Now the first two hacks have been tooting on my fingers, good. They have been all over the internet, and I kind of want to combine the two because I need to in terms of the process. So first one being the Scott Barnes / the Mary Phillips way of applying foundation, cream contour, cream, concealer, all that good stuff. And it's applying all of your cream, concealer and contour and whatnot before applying your foundation, but specifically using a big brush to blend out your foundation on top of that. And I have already tried this a couple of times. It hasn't been working out so well for me, so I'm gonna switch it up and use a different foundation product, so hopefully it'll work for me today. I've been seeing so many people doing this and loving it, and I'm really excited. Even Mary Phillips herself like got onto TikTok and was like, hi, this is my makeup technique and here's how I do it. And I was like, okay, we simply must make this work for us. So that's the first main hack that I wanna try today. So I'm gonna start with my concealer and actually just apply this onto my skin, like straight after the primer. Some of them don't even use a primer. They just go right on top of your skincare. Listen, I'm dry, it's winter, okay? So I need to have a little bit of extra juice. So I am going to apply this concealer and just kind of go over all of the spots where I need coverage, which is really all over my face. It's kind of funny because whenever these big makeup artists are doing these hacks, I often find that for the most part, they're doing it on people who have like perfect skin. Like look at my breakouts. I got breakouts popping all over. Like obviously I'm gonna use a lot more concealer, and even Hindash, actually, I love it when he's like, listen, we gotta even out the skin tone, gotta apply the foundation first. Like you obviously have to look at the canvas in which you are painting, and if we need more coverage, then we need it. So just please be gentle in any comments on the fact that I'm using a lot of concealer. So we might have to go in with another round of that, but I'm just gonna blend this out first. You could do it all together. You could apply your contour and whatnot together, but I'm just gonna do this first because I do have a lot of spots in the areas where I want to apply the rest of like the contour and the blush and whatnot. So let me just start with this, okay? So we're starting with our concealer, blending that out. Okay, so that's the first layer of concealer blended out. Now we're gonna go in and apply the contour and the blush, maybe a little bit more concealer, but this is where like the second hack that I'm kind of combining comes in, because I have seen my face shape contour filter on TikTok for so long and I have wanted to try it forever. So I'm gonna do my best to like screen record this so we can all do it together. But basically, this is the My Face Shape filter by Grace M. Choi. And allegedly, it helps you determine what your face shape is, and then the placement of your contour, blush, and highlighting concealer, where it should go on your face depending on your face shape. And that's something I've never done. I always just kind of like wing it and, you know, suck in my cheeks and apply it as I may. But I'm curious to see what the filter says. So I'm gonna screen record and we're going to do our placement of the contour and blush together. And to do this, I'm actually gonna use the She Glam Liquid Blush Contour and Highlight. And I'm very excited to say that this portion of the video is sponsored by She Glam. And I'm really excited about this, first of all, because the Love Cake liquid blush was one of the most viral products ever. And speaking of the last TikTok hacks video I filmed in May, I had actually ordered this exact blush, the shade Love Cake, and I used it in that video, loved it. It's absolutely beautiful. And in a world where beauty prices continue to go up and up and up, and even prices at the drugstore, like it's honestly insane, I really appreciate that She Glam has products that are affordable. These are $5 US each on the website. Even when I made my order back to film that video, I was like, oh my God, this is so cheap. Like you literally can't find cheaper products, and with the shade range, the vast shade range that they have. So I think that's really amazing. A shade range specifically, especially when it comes to like blush and highlight and cream products like this, it's really hard to find at affordable drugstore prices. So I really appreciate She Glam for that. And they've also created a discount code for you to use. You can use the code Alana to shop all of the products on the website at 15% off. So not only is it so affordable to begin with, you can also have an extra little discount if you wanted to try it. So Tashiga Glam, thank you so much. Very excited to use these and put them to work today for our little contouring filter. So I'm gonna start by using the Soft Tan Liquid Contour. They have a ton of different shades of this. This one's that more cool tone shade that's gonna be perfect for contouring. It's got the little like matte shaker vibe here. We've got the little sponge that dips into the product. These blend out so beautifully. They're super creamy and you can really build up the pigment to achieve the look you're going for. So we're gonna start with that contour as well as the blush. This is the shade Love Cake. Love this very beautiful pink. Again, this one was so viral all over TikTok. People were going crazy for this shade and she's beautiful, blends out like a dream, adds such a gorgeous like creamy luminous flush to the skin. And then we also might use a little bit more concealer. So those are the 3 products that we're gonna go in and use the filter with. So I'm gonna start screen recording. I don't know what my face shape is gonna be. Ooh, maybe that's more accurate. How high do you have to hold this up? Am I oval? What is this? Oval? Does it even say what it is? Ooh, or am I an inverted triangle? I feel like that oval is the most accurate for what I am. I don't know, what do you guys think? Ah! Okay, let's just go with this. Let's try it. Okay, so now that we found our face shape, we're going into her other filter that then applies the contour and the blush and all the outlines for it. So now I'm gonna go to oval and this, wow. That's interesting. I'm sorry. This is showing up so much higher on my face. Okay, so now I just go ahead and apply the contour and the blush and everything as it shows. This is so weird to do. Okay, so I'm gonna take the contour and I'm gonna apply it like the lines show. Oh, right into our brow. Ah! Okay, we're gonna... This feels so weird on the nose. Oh my God. Really high up on the cheek here, so much higher than I typically do, honestly. A little bit here on the chin. It has like a little line, or is that just the center? Oops, okay. So we're gonna follow the jaw. Did I go too high there? Oh well. Okay, then taking a little bit of the blush just right on top of this contour. This is the Love Cake blush. It seems so high. Oh my gosh. And then for the purpose of the filter, obviously we're gonna go back in with the concealer and just apply that where it shows. Just a little bit here and then a dot. Just a dot right there. Okay, so we're doing a little triangle here. A little bit right there. Along the smile lines. And then here along the lips. That's interesting. Like lifting right here. I hope I didn't miss anything. I feel like I hit all the spots. Okay, so this is the placement according to the filter. Definitely a different placement for the contour and the nose too. Oh, I missed a little bit right there along the nose. There we go. Let me just get in there. Oh, it had a little thing there too. I forgot that one. And then the little dot. Okay, so let's try to very, very softly blend this out and see how it looks. I'm gonna start with the contour. So blending this out into the hairline, I'm obviously very pale right now, so I went for the very ashy contour shade, but I think you could also do this with like more of a warm bronzer color. Oh my gosh, it blends out so beautifully, truly. And then this is so high up on the cheek, so high up, so I'm just trying to really keep that in its position. I'm trying to not blend out too much of the blush because I do want to use a separate blush brush with that. So I'm just gonna blend the blush on top. The color Love Cake is such a gorgeous pink. Very, very natural. My voice went so deep there. There's also nothing here for the jawline, which I thought was interesting. So we're just gonna blend this out. It's also much higher up than I would typically place it. And LOL at this. Then I'm gonna take a smaller brush just for the contour on the nose. I think I put a lot on the nose. But honestly, it blends out to such a nice natural finish that I think it'll be all okay once we blend the concealer on top. I kind of love this method of applying the concealer like on top of the cream blush. I think it gives it a very natural finish. I feel like I'm missing something a little bit here, but I guess we'll go in with the foundation on top of that after. I'm wiping away my eyebrows here. Okay, what do we think of that so far? Honestly, it looks very natural, but I think I really just did myself a disservice by applying that contour so high on the cheek. But I think all in all, it's not too different from my usual placement of my contour, blush, and concealer and whatnot. It's just like a little bit less, a little bit shorter. Also, I didn't know I had an oval shape. I guess that makes sense. Do you guys agree? Am I oval? I feel like we'll definitely need to reapply the blush because that was just not enough blush for my liking. Now that this is all blended out, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. So let's go ahead and continue on with the foundation. So I'm gonna take the Makeup by Mario foundation. This one's in the shade 4C. And as per the Mary Phillips Scott Barnes way, I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and we're just gonna really lightly apply that around the face just to give it a natural blend in. And I thought that this new Makeup by Mario foundation was actually a good one to use because it's a very like natural radiant finish. It's also a liquid foundation. I don't think like a cream foundation like my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation would work well for this because it's a little bit too thick, and even like the Chanel one is a little bit more watery. So this is kind of that nice in between that won't like literally wipe everything away as you're doing it. So I think this is a good option to do, and it just gives that like ultimate natural look. I think for me, especially when I'm doing my contouring and my blush, first of all, I do use products that are very pigmented and also can be a little bit too deep for my skin tone. And then I also very easily get lines because I don't blend it out enough. So this is almost like a surefire way of making sure that everything is blended out and looking natural on the skin. Where you're like, do you have contour on? We don't actually know. And just a really light, soft layer all over the skin. I'm also taking that down my neck just to make sure that everything is matching. Now, I don't think it'll take away from the work that we've done here if I do go in and just like re-intensify it a little bit. Although I'm actually happy with the contour. I do think it's a very natural looking shadow for sure. And I do think it actually left a nice effect on the nose, but I just want a little bit more blush. So I'm gonna go back in with the shade Love Cake and just apply a little bit more of that because I do just like to have some more blush, but I'm gonna keep it with the line that the filter gave us and do it a little bit further away, not so in on the cheeks. So just patting that out. So these liquid products from She Glam are actually a gel formula, and they just literally look so glowy and juicy on their own. They blend into the skin so easily, and again, for the price point, like you can't beat the price. That gave me a little bit more life, applying a little bit more of the color, a little bit more of the blush. I'm happy with that. Okay guys, I'm not mad at this. I'm actually like, with that foundation, I think that worked out so much better. The other times I've tried it, I've used the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin, and I just don't think it blended out as well. But I think we've got a really nice natural base going on. I dig it. I'm happy with it. So moving on to the next hack, we're gonna take our lovely little Givenchy loose powder, and I'm gonna set the under eyes using the Triangle Puffy Puff, making sure that I just pat out any creasing with my finger first. Setting the under eyes and applying the setting powder on top of the cream blush. How can I, okay, I'm gonna bake. I'm gonna like do the proper bake with this, sorry. I'm like applying the excess product because that's important, I forgot. So just patting that on so you can visibly see that we have some extra product here. Okay, so I don't actually know who created this hack. I honestly saw a few different people like redoing it on TikTok, so please forgive me. I'm assuming it's Makeup by Ariel because people were referencing the like Kylie Jenner and the Kim Kardashian glam, that like really beautiful, like totally diffused blush look, which we have tried to accomplish here. But a new hack said to set your under eyes like this with your loose baking powder and then go in with a lighter powder blush and use that to blend away the powder. So instead of just taking your clean brush and wiping away the powder, which is what I would typically do if I were attempting some bakery, dip it instead into a light pink blush and taking a small amount of this and using that to blend it away. So it will act as that buffer between the under eye powder and the cream blush that you've applied, and just kind of mix it all together. And I was like, that is brilliant. So I've loaded up my little brush here and we're going to try that and just use that to blend it away, and maybe we'll get those like soft angel blended blurred out cheeks that we see all over the place. So yeah, I do think this is a great match. Okay, wow. So I'm just like blending it away. Woo! Like I often go over top with a powder blush anyway, but to do this little baking moment, I do think I put too much powder there though, sorry. I do just have to like wipe right there away. Just gotta wipe it right under there. It's a little bit too much powder for me. This might be a game changer, guys. This might be it. It's a lot of blush. But it is. You kind of, like, there's just no distinct line between the under eye and the blush. Like, it is just all blended and blurred together, and that's what we're trying to achieve. What do you guys think of that? Will we get that Makeup by Ariel look once and for all? Okay, that is something I'm absolutely gonna try again. I'm gonna do again. I do think that these two shades were a good mix for that. I'm excited about that hack. Absolutely gonna use that again. The next hack that I wanna try is something that we do all the time, like applying your contour or your bronzer, powder, or cream onto your eyelids and just using that as eyeshadow. That's one of my favorite go-to looks for the everyday, but I saw Miss Madame Katie Jane Hughes using the Kevyn Aucoin Medium Sculpting Powder, which is a product that has existed for eons. It's been a favorite of so many of us for so long. But she used this as eyeshadow, and I was like, I don't know if I've ever done that. Maybe I have in the past, but definitely not in like recent years. It just hasn't occurred to me in recent memory to use this as eyeshadow, and I was like, okay, we have to try this, especially for this like more soft pink blush. I think a cool toned eye would actually complement it very nicely, so I wanted to use this as eyeshadow. And this is one of those beautiful ways to just reimagine a product that you might already have in your collection. So if you have a cool toned contour powder, to just use that as eyeshadow instead of the bronzer that we so often do. And it just gives that really like chic, gray, cool girl look instead of like a super warm bronzer eye. Obviously it's blending out beautifully. Katie Jane Hughes strikes again with a fabulous makeup hack. Look at that. What do you think? Kevyn Aucoin on the eyelids. Love it. Okay, I literally blended my eyebrows away, so BRB while I just fix these up real quick. That's a little bit better. I'm having a weird eyebrow day. It happens, you know? Okay, let's move on to the next hack, which I actually saw from Makeup by Mario. And this was very interesting because I don't know why I never thought to do this before, but he talked about taking eyeliner inside your waterline and blending that up onto the lashes for a very natural, like smudged out smoky eye look. And that's just kind of the opposite. Like usually I will really softly blend my eyeliner into the lash line, and then if I want to apply it on the waterline, I do that after. But he was like, start on the waterline and blend that up onto the lash line. And I was like, whoa, 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 a little backwards action. Very small little adjustment to the usual look, but it was something I wanted to try nonetheless. So I'm taking my Wayne Goss Rich Hazel pencil, and I'm gonna start by applying that onto the waterline, the upvale waterline. I don't even know how we do this. Like, are we just gonna grab it? Does it work? Ooh, that went right onto the lower waterline too. Okay, it's just one of those days, I guess. It's working for like grabbing it out. That's actually a great way to like do a really natural little mini wing, to just like pull it out from the waterline. What do you think? I feel like I need to blend this lower waterline now too, because it went all over it. Eee. I must express again how much I enjoy and love this shade of pencil, but also its blendability. Yeah, that was like 5 seconds and I've got like a full wing and smoky eye. I'm gonna take a clean brush and just make sure this is a little bit softer. That was so easy. That was so quick and easy. What do you think? Okay, I love the effect. I love how that looks. It is a little bit sensitive for those of us with sensitive eyes, but I think the look of it is fabulous. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara. This is my Lancome Lashy Doll mascara. I think my eyes are just gonna have to suck it up. I love that method of the eyeliner. Brilliant. Makeup by Mario. A genius, man. Let's finish up the face. I kind of jumped. I've been jumping, but I want to finish off with a little bit of highlight. And this is the She Glam liquid highlighter in the shade Tea Cake. And it's this very luscious, glowing, a little bit more gold shade, which I like. And I'm just going to apply that right on top. And a lot of the makeup artists, when they do the makeup, they do finish off with a liquid highlight. They don't necessarily apply that amongst everything else. So I just want to really lightly pat that on top and blend that into the skin and just give a little kiss of a glow and a highlight on top of the cheekbones. And then I want to also pat a little bit of that on the nose. So a little bit of the bridge of the nose and on the button just adding a bit of that glow back in, which I think we were definitely missing. All right, the glow is applied. Let me just take a little bit of the Benefit Professional Setting Spray just to set this all in. And then we can finish off with the lips, which I have a little two-in-one here. First of all, the makeup hack is the Makeup by Ariel method, if you will. And that's just applying your lipstick with a brush. And I've done that a few times since actually seeing him do this, but I just wanted to show you because it does make a weird difference. I don't know why, but whatever. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna start with lip liner. This is the NYX Nude Beige. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips, do a little bit of an overlining moment. I'm like taking a lot of that lip liner and applying it onto the lip. I'm not just lining with it. I'm going right onto the lip, drawing more into the surface area of the lips. It almost gives like quite a contoured effect to the lips, like we've applied a lot of the lip liner. And then we go in with the lipstick on the center and kind of like that peachy, fleshy tone. And I mentioned to you guys back in December that I wanted to find that perfect like peachy, fleshy tone to get this Makeup by Ariel lip look. And I asked you guys for your recommendations. I wanted something that was more peach, not as pink, but it also has to be light enough to suit my very pale skin tone, you know? This one was one that you guys recommended. This is the Dulce de Leche Cream Exhibitionist lipstick from CoverGirl. That's like really nice and light, super light, natural and creamy. So we can start with this and then we can try the other one on top if we want. So taking a little fluffy eyeshadow brush and using this to apply the lipstick on the center of the lips. This is something that he does. And instead of like wiping the lipstick on, I don't know what this does, but it makes such a difference. Oh my God, actually this color is like really pretty with this. Oh, I think it's totally the shade vibe that we're going for. But I've just grabbed this little dome eyeshadow brush and just patting this right into the center. It just has a different effect. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a little bit more soft. It's kind of that like painted on, lived in look. And I've been loving doing this, and I wanted to try to find a shade that really gives that effect nicely. So to whoever recommended this, thank you so much. I think that's a fabulous option. Let's just, because we're here, I want to test the other one. I've been using the NYX London shade for a long time from Karen, I Love Setty's recommendation, but it's a little bit deep for me for this like desired effect. So I picked up the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Cairo, and I think that this will be a little bit more along the lines of the shade I'm looking for. So let me just take a little bit of this on top. And this is a matte formula, so it might just be a little bit more intense than that CoverGirl option, depending on what you want. So like maybe for my everyday, if I wanted to wear this, I could go for the CoverGirl. But if I wanted something a little bit more long lasting, a little bit more matte, this NYX option is pretty for that. They're kind of like, they're literally the exact same shade. It's kind of perfect. Yay! Oh my God, I'm so happy it worked. I've been dying to try these out. Okay, finding a more peachy color, less pink, just for this particular shade, and then also applying it with an eyeshadow brush makes a huge, huge difference. Oh my gosh, I just realized that I forgot to set the rest of my face with powder. So I'm just taking a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, and I'll just go in with that. I totally forgot. LOL. Do you ever finish your makeup and think, this would be a makeup that would be good with my hair down? I feel like we're so like soft and diffused and matte. It actually ended up being like quite an unexpected soft glam look that I feel like it doesn't suit my hair up. Like this is a hair down. Like I think if my hair was down, this would look extra delicious. But you guys, the hair is up, so we're working with it. I'm actually really thrilled with the makeup hacks that we put to the test today. I think a lot of these I'm gonna have to like fiddle and continue playing with, but overall, I think there's some great tips in here. I would love to hear from you guys. What did you think of the final look? And what are your thoughts on some of the tips and tricks and hacks that we've put to the test today? Would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. I hope that this video was helpful. And if you want me to do more of these videos, I'm happy to. In the future, just let me know your thoughts, feelings, concerns, comments in the comments down below. And again, I will list my SheGlam discount code, Alana, if you wanted to shop at 15% off. I'm gonna put that in the description box down below, as well as all the products that I've used on my face today. Thank you so much as always for watching, you guys, and I'll see you all very, very soon for a new video. Bye!